my clients work with other natural providers before they work with me, functional medicine doctors, naturopaths, nutritionists. To be totally honest with you, that a lot of natural providers miss just as many things keeping you from getting pregnant that I see standard medicine miss. It gives the natural side of things a bad rep, and it makes you feel like your body's broken. But just because other providers haven't gotten you answers doesn't mean that there aren't answers that you can get. So I'm going to give you a client example. This client obviously has seen other natural providers in the past, ones that have given her a anti-inflammatory autoimmune diet protocol to follow and a lot of supplements. If these are the recommendations given, a restrictive diet, a list of foods, don't eat these things, and 10 plus different supplements, this is your red flag. Anyway, she was told all of her labs were normal and they did not help her with regulating her cycle and being able to get pregnant. And this is what we found that is absolutely keeping her from getting pregnant, and the approach that we are taking to help her with being able to get pregnant. This is definitely a more complex case where it's very multifaceted. So on the surface, we're seeing thyroid dysfunction with elevated thyroid antibodies and low thyroid function for her actual thyroid hormones. We're seeing adrenal stress patterns, and we are seeing iron dysfunction. I say iron dysfunction, I am saying that her iron is appearing low, but is actually a problem with how her body is utilizing the iron, and an iron supplement is not going to do anything to help her. Part of my fertility assessment, we also talk about symptoms. So when we started talking about the fact that she's not having daily bowel movement, she's only going to the bathroom 1 to 3 times per week, she has nausea, headaches, hard time concentrating, low energy, irritability. These are all signs together pointing to poor digestion of nutrients, probably inflammation in the gut from the constipation, and therefore a higher toxic burden because our body's not eliminating properly. When we start thinking about this piece, this is actually where the root of the problem is at least starting. We also want to keep into consideration toxic burden if there's a more chronic toxin exposure that's causing these things, which is something that we'll keep in mind. And we can add in more specific nutrients for that iron regulation and for thyroid function to optimize those systems. But anyways, they're absolutely keeping her from getting pregnant that have been being missed. The supplements and the restrictive diets have been absolutely pointless because we're missing the root of the problem. I'm very confident that now we have her on a plan of action that will absolutely help her with being able to get pregnant.